Welcome to AP Statistics. This is a great new class we've offered. We've got a full class of 21 students. We even have someone over there in the, let's see, one of those sides, I think over there, who has to sit in that chair kind of off to the side, but they pull it right alongside. They kind of join the group. It's actually fine. But if one person's absent, usually no one sits in that chair. So maybe not the favorite chair in the room. But I think that we do have a lot of students to do a lot of simulations with, which is great for statistics. If you are new to me, I think most of you have had me before, as in your students have had me as a teacher before. And so you probably know me a little bit, but you may know I coach the golf team. So right now I'm not here because I'm coaching the golf team. We're at the state tournament, and for the last 3 years we got third place in the state. I think this year we have a chance to maybe do better than that. And so 3 of our students from this class are actually at state right now. So we have a lot of senior golfers on our team. It's mostly seniors in this class, in case you didn't figure that out. So my family, to reintroduce some of you, my wife Shannon. She teaches substitute teaches at ECS. My son Matt, he's in 10th grade. He's going to be in the St. Mary's musical Cinderella, I believe, which should be quite an experience because I'm not sure if he knows how to talk to girls yet. He's kind of in that, he just got past that kind of awkward stage. He's 6'2", he's getting kind of tall. Josh is 12, and he's playing a lot of sports. Tell you an awful thing that just happened to me. Well, it's awful and proud at the same time. The Chick-fil-A 5K over Labor Day, he beat me by about 2 minutes, and he even said this to me. He said, "Dad, I didn't even try my best." And so he beat me without trying his best, evidently. And then Caleb is 9, and he's my football player. He's super strong, can beat my wife in arm wrestling, which impresses me, I think. So I got 3 boys at home. Of course, I have a lot of girls here at school who, so I have a small taste of what it would be like to have a teenage daughter. And I know it can be challenging at times, but it's also great. So this is my Haiku page for AP Statistics. We have some quiz items here, class syllabus. You have calculator worksheets and so forth that I can post here. I also post notes. So if you click to this tab, you can see that I post notes even in advance of teaching, and then after I teach, I post notes of those as well. So there's lots of things available online for this class. I have to kind of clue you in on something. This is kind of a big deal. This is the first year we've taught AP Stats, and it's considered a mathematics class, but don't tell anyone, but it's not really a math class. There's some math in it, but it's really not just math. It's unlike any math I've ever taught before. And I've taught just about every math there is, and this is just so different. It's very applicable to the real world. We do lots of simulations and things. Here's something we did the first day. The first day I handed out M&Ms to the students, and they made these little pie charts on their paper and bar graphs and so forth. And we're going to do a lot of simulations. I mean, some of this is kind of fun. We get to, use random number generators. We get to simulate different things and draw data. We end up dealing with a lot of data. And I think if I wanted to summarize in a sentence what statistics is, it's a study of variation. And so we study how these values vary from each other. In this particular pack of M&Ms, there seemed to be a lot of green M&Ms. And then orange, and then blue was less popular. But is that true of all the M&Ms? Do they actually come from the factory? This is called a sample. The population would be all M&Ms that have been made that are put into these bags, and so I wonder what the distribution is on what they make. And so if we take a lot of our samples and combine them together, we can get an idea of what the actual distribution is. And so we can it's just some fascinating things that we get to study here at Stats. The girls are catching on. They've been very gracious to me. Occasionally we run across, I'm taking a statistics class in college concurrently with them. So this first semester I'll be finishing this AP class in college just because I actually got in part of a grant, which is really nice. It's specifically for first year AP teachers of AP statistics. And I also went to a class for the AP College Board over the past summer. So I've been preparing for this, but even with all my preparations, there are some statistics questions that, wow, I mean, it gets confusing at times. And so we've had to take a step back at times and say, okay, we're going to table that until tomorrow, and then I'll research it and look at it, and they'll look at it too, and we'll come back. And I think after a while, it becomes clear that, for example, there was different kinds of sampling distributions that we had, and for us to figure out that the difference between two different sampling methods, we were getting confused, and so we were able to work on that and check that out. On the calculator, we're able to give out reading quizzes, and this is different too. I mean, this is math class, so I'm giving a reading quiz. Most students never read their math textbook, and yet it is crucial for statistics students to read their textbook. I mean, if you look at even these questions on these reading quiz, this doesn't look like it would be a math class. I mean, there's somewhat mathy, there's some math in there, but this is not a typical math question that you would have in your class. And so I actually find out how the students do. So like 15 students, they got the correct answer. And so you can see how many students got this one right. 15 students got this one right. This question, 14 students got it right. And so this was the reading quiz, and my calculator program will grade this for me. 14 students got this one right. And the last question, 12 out of 19 students got that one right. And so it talks about different concepts that we study. We have calculators are a big part of this. The TI Nspire calculator is the perfect calculator for working a lot of these problems. If you go and hit the menu key, we've got a whole section of this calculator that's just devoted to statistics. And so we can do stat calculations like regressions, one variable statistics where we get the mean, median, mode, mean, median, standard deviation, 5-number summary. We have all these, we have distributions where we actually learn to use some of these, like normal CDF is one of our commands that the students know how to do. They know how to find a z-score. Things that were unfamiliar to them before they started this year, they can now explain and they understand. So I think we're making real progress. I think it's going to be a really interesting year for them and for me. And so it's a great class. I love learning, and this class has already, I think we're just learning so much. And I'm proud about where the students are at. And I think we're going to do well on the test in the spring. And so I look forward to that, but I think it's going to be, just keep them motivated and work it, stay up with their work. So far, they've done very well. I haven't seen a whole lot of senioritis yet, and so hopefully that will continue, but I know second semester could be a challenge. But hey, we're working on, I think we're going to have a really good year this year. I'm going to turn it over to Lacey and Camille, and they can answer any question you could possibly ask. They will be able to answer for you.